Girls, what makes a guy instantly unattractive? Bad hygiene, anger management issues, laziness and dependence on others to get things done. Same things that make girls unattractive. Edit. Thanks for the awards. Uncontrolled anger issues. Oof, been there. Dude even sent me his bloodied fist. You know, to make sure he's cool. Talking about his ex-girlfriend all the time. Or even worse, when you go to his place and there are framed photos of her everywhere. Being obsessed with being a man. My dad was the manliest dude I knew, and he baked cookies and carried a bag he called his purse because he gave no fucks. Edit. Lol spelling. A screen grab is going around from a woman whose husband thinks that their infant son is gay because he likes bright colors and books. Edit. https://www. Reddit. Fasapum comments Rasbuk help my infant is gay bc he likes colors. UTM medium equals Android app and UTM source equals share. Being condescending. Instant no. I worry about this. Since I tend to tease that way, I'm pretty good about knowing when it's appropriate. But sometimes playing along and being offended can feel very similar. Pov, you're dude and you're looking trough the comments to see if you're doing any of this stuff. Busted. Controlling personality. Confidence is sexy. Ego is not. You missed the chance to make it rhyme. Confidence is hot. Ego is not. But tomato an inflated ego is a huge red flag. When he doesn't take no for an answer. The Dennis Reynolds mindset LMAO. Poor manners. A big ego. Constantly interrupting and one-upping. I hate when they won't allow anybody to have a moment of their own. I knew someone who wouldn't even allow people to have their own tastes. As an example, someone said they liked sushi. His response was, "You don't know what real good sushi is." WTF, they didn't say they were experts in what sushi should or shouldn't taste like. They just said they liked it. It wasn't just positive things either. Someone would complain about a body ache or pain and get responses like, "It can't possibly hurt as much as my insert injury here, so you need to just get over it." Dude, we get it. Nobody can be as smart, traveled, experienced, sick, wounded as you. Being rude to others for no valid reason. Trying to be cool in front of his friends to impress. Nice. I managed to avoid a bad thing by not having friends. I knew it'd pay off eventually. Reposting the same questions over and over to AskReddit. If he's unpolite and rude, I don't mean to be rude, but it's impolite. I'll do your edit for you. If he's impolite, rude and corrects me in public. Being contradictory just for the sake of it. No, it doesn't. When he is married and hits on you, confused face. I am such a fucking moron. I misunderstood and thought he was married to you. Like, why wouldn't I hit on my wife? He's married to someone else. Got it. Exploding in anger over minor things. Through years of anger management, I've learned that anger manifesting itself in physical release, punching walls, kicking, etc. releases endorphins, which is why it's so easy to just resort to that. I had this problem myself growing up. Learning to realize it's futile, and that it won't achieve anything or solve the problem is really the key point in solving such tendencies. Took me a while, but I can't control pretty much everything now. Except if I'm watching a Raider game, I will be yelling non-stop LMAO. When he refers to women as bitches or hoes. Smelling bad. You don't have to put on expensive cologne. Just make sure you shower and that your clothes are fresh and clean. But that will kill my pet bacterial colonies. Being manipulative. Delete your comment and we can go to the hairdresser you like so much. I know you like maintaining that pretty hair of yours. Lying. This applies to all partners of any gender. Being unable to express what's bothering you in a mature way. Edit. Thank you for the reward first ever, D. Being lazy and partying and whatever all the time and making it your personality trait. Poor hygiene too. When he is quick to anger and glorifies violence, triangular flag on post. So I'm assuming Doom Guy is a no then. Calling yourself a nice guy. Dude, if you're actually nice. I'm smart enough to figure that out on my own. Anyone who says they're a nice guy is not really a nice guy. I hate being told I'm a nice guy. Try to tell everyone I'm an asshole, but it doesn't work. An overly dependent man. Learn to take care of yourself before getting into relationship. A woman shouldn't have to tell you when to clean up, set alarms for you, do your laundry or anything else. I've met way too men whose parents didn't teach them how to be independent and stand on their own 2 feet. When he thinks an unsolicited dick pic is a good idea, face with rolling eyes. This is still happening? SMH. Demanding a woman give up her life and own desires to be a trophy piece in his life. I never got this. It's so weird. I'm a guy but like, why is a woman that will do nothing but be a trophy housewife attractive to some people? Women are people too. They have their dreams, passions and mindsets, just like men. Their face, well damn. Thinks that being an asshole to others is cool. People who can't spell, stares at the title. I'm kidding. Anyone with shitty personal hygiene really. Or people who forget to take care of themselves. I get you want to be a nice person but you need to take time for yourself. Okay? Don't feel obligated to spend your whole life cleaning up other people's messes. Negging. Idiot here. What is negging? If he doesn't agree to share his swamp with you. Claiming to be a nice guy. Yes, the only person I've ever heard call himself a nice guy is the one person in my office I can't stand being around. I avoid him constantly. Often ask him to leave me alone. And he still thinks we're friends. Not being a gentleman. Not even a little bit. In your personal opinion, what defines as a gentleman? I'm interested. Being unenthusiastic. Inability to share emotions. I show you things that make me happy. At least try to understand me before saying nah it's boring. Don't be a lame idiot. Sometimes it is hard to share emotions from fear of being judged. Talking about his ex. My ex had that some problem. God, she was unbearable. Long nails. Refers to an ex as crazy or psycho. I guess having the same electrical charge, there would be repulsing forces between the two. Dunno man. I'm a fairly negative person and would never get in with someone overly positive. Throwing trash on the ground even if there is a cleaning staff person nearby. Or a trash can. Rude to the waitress. Rude to anyone in a service position. Really? It says so much about a person. Inconsistency. This I seriously don't understand the hot and cold shit. And I'm unfortunately sitting here in mental mushland because of someone doing this recently. I can't wrap my head around it. Confusion sucks. When he's unattractive. I've been called out. Too charming. If that makes sense. I just can't trust someone who's too outgoing and suave. That. Or being stinky. Nobody wants to smell greasy hair or musty balls. Bedazzled faded jeans. Edit. I should have been more specific. Y2K aesthetic denim. Typically rounded out with an Ed Hardy piece. Okay, but what I see there is openness to the interpretations of masculinity and I support it. I'm not a girl but it'd say murdering my entire family and making me watch. So, like, none of the red flags leading up to this were unattractive? Bad hygiene and a nasty personality. Cockiness. A large ego. If he treats servers badly. If he tries to be controlling in a toxic way. Men with anger issues. Guys that spit on the ground. That's just a huge turn off. And also guys that act like they are always better than anyone else. Where would you have a person spit if not on the ground? Desperate. Low self-esteem. Always apologetic. That kind of person is a huge turn off. IDK if I should trust this, how many girls are actually Reddit type girls? Virgins giving virgins advice. Bad breath hygiene. Shitty opinions. Selfish. What is considered shitty opinions? Opinions different than yours? Obesity. Showing off. Jokingly insulting me. Not liking animals. Thinking being a jerk is cool and quirky. Arrogance. Being cruel to animals or children. When dudes snort up their snot. And then hock a big loogie on the ground. Makes me want to vomit. Laziness. Misogyny. It is especially unattractive if they are trying to be funny, flirt with sexist jokes. When he's less than 350 pounds and doesn't moderate any subreddits or Discord servers. Unamused face. Can I say one thing? There's always going to be something unattractive about someone. It's all about whether it's a deal breaker or not. That's actually a good point. Having no conversation. Can you elaborate? Hopefully spelling isn't one of them. Op. I preface this by saying not just men, but women also. And X200B. Gaslighting. Treating women like foreign exotic creatures. It's okay to be shy or nervous, but some men just can't comprehend the idea of women. Speaking from experience in it, can't we just pour a coffee and get along like regular human beings? I can't even imagine what you go through in it with the ratio what it is. And then add the inherent awkwardness of the 8 guys, stereotype perhaps, into the mix. Being pretentious. Lacking the ability to have a conversation about the relationship. An inability to talk about a range of topics in general. No self-awareness. Being bored. Being boring. No excitement for the little things. Poor self-regulation. Talking about alpha males and beta males. Any guy that cares too much about this shit is deeply insecure. Playing Genshin Impact. For me, it's hygiene. I don't wanna date a guy that smells like 10 heated up cans of Bounce That Ass. Posting titles without proofreading. Negging. Non-native English speaker here. Can you please explain what that is? Macho bullshit attitude. Or a pathological liar. Basically if you remind me of my ex, you can make a tent with all the red flags I see you dropping. Rape jokes. Joining Cobra Kai. Talking poorly about other women. It's not a turn on to see someone be a bully. Anger issues over really trivial things. Body odor. When he badmouths any attractive girl or woman, I think it's a weird way to show they're attracted to someone they may never have a chance with. This thread confirmed my worst fears. That's okay. I think I'm better off. I wrote a whole paragraph THT erased, but I'm leaving this to remind myself to return. I like your style. Weird, but if he bends over and I can see his ass hairs crack, neutral face. Wanting a girlfriend who is basically their mother. Guys who are still dependent on their moms. Hung out with a 42-year-old years ago whose mum used to sew up the holes in his pants and socks plus would cook him meals to bring home every week. Years later, he's still single. Can't figure out why. Well, I like how I have most of the unattractive characteristics everyone's commenting. Bad spelling. Bad with saving money. Fighting or arguing in a way that's obviously just aimed at winning. Like if I overhear a guy who cannot let a small wrong or right comment go at the bar when a group of friends are hanging out. It turns into an hour-long argument. Bonus points if between 2 guys. Which it almost always is. You. Drier than the dessert even if I'd been ready to suck his cock a minute ago. When they are unkind to people in service industry. Bad hygiene, no sandals and socks, ha ha ha. Chewing tobacco. You could be the absolute sexiest man alive. Promising to fulfill my every dream and fantasy. But if you have a wad of chew stuck in your gums, all I'll want to do is vomit. Yes, what makes us this way? Thinks he's better than women. His wedding ring. Hold my booster shot. Why do I despise E? Let me count the ways. It seems they need a man to teach them how to be a good person. P.S. Brush your teeth. Spitting. I can't believe I even have to say this, but it's been an issue with more than one guy. Just straight up refusing to swallow saliva and instead spitting on the ground every 30 seconds. I've been scrolling a long time to find ugly. All this shit about guys with big egos and anger issues. Controlling guys and all that. Yet all those guys will get a girlfriend before the ugly guy. This helped me find out how ugly I am. When he has no respect for children. There is a line between talking to them with consideration for their age and mocking them. If a child has an opinion, however ridiculous it might be, you do not laugh at them, depending on their age. You can debate with them to make them think about their opinion, or you can agree with some points of what they are saying. I absolutely hate it when people continuously mock their own and others' children. Right in front of them too. There is a difference between laughing with them and laughing at them. They might think they made a joke and that's why you are laughing while you think they are the joke. And if they are the joke, you do not ask them to do the same thing in front of others. This is downright disgusting behavior to me. A dick pic. When he has a kid he ditched. I guess. To add to this post, What are some things a guy can do to change or improve certain behaviors as mentioned by women in the comments? Wish I had a free award to give RN. Bad hygiene. Smelling bad. Wearing dirty clothes. Bad breath. A daily shower and just a hint of cologne goes a long way, fellas. Also shows greater self-respect, which is always attractive. When they do that thing where they squint their eyes and clench their teeth before pushing out a fart. Like, you can fart around me, that's fine. But why are you trying so hard to force it? This is why you pooped your pants at the mall and the other time at Barnes & Noble. Damn. Didn't know a shot could have such an impact on one's life. Inflated ego. Being rude to people. Thinking that he's right all the time. Guys who know they are hot and make entire accounts of nothing but thirst taps. It just doesn't sit well with me. I'm a dude. But I'm very confident that this qualifies. Saying you're a nice guy and then, out of the blue, behaving like a total asshole. Without warning. On a dime. Which basically means that you don't value being decent or kind. That being nice, whatever nice is to you, is just for show. That, to me, at least should be a quick no for the ladies. There's a difference between being kind and generous. In terms of your treatment of others. Towards the opposite or same sex, because that's a genuine part of your character versus being a selfish, egocentric, very mean, immature, reactive person whose character doesn't preclude you from trying to make others feel terribly like shit. That wouldn't even be friendship material for me. I'm glad that at least some people find the above detestable also. When they spell unattractive wrong. Being cocky. There's a fine line between confident and cocky. I'm just trying to be the place where the falling angel meets the rising ape. Make the condescension itself appear ridiculous and so impossible to take literally. Acting like he doesn't care about something to look cool. Gross nails and teeth. Making sexist jokes about women. Turning every conversation into something sexual. When he starts telling me that COVID is a hoax. Lying. The smaller the lie, the weirder it is. I once had a guy tell me he hated Christmas music, but once I said that I liked it, he changed his answer to loving it. It was, "That's weird, right?" My friend who was dating a while ago had a guy lie to her about a pipe breaking at his work. He sent her a picture of a broken pipe that was clearly just pulled off Google. It had a watermark. When we searched broken pipe, it was the first thing to come up. Bruh. Like, why? Bad breath. Poor hygiene in general. Being rude to waiter staff. Unnecessary and excessive swearing or crudeness. When he's judging me cause I'm skinny. I swear to God. Talking about alpha males or anything along those lines. You're just telling me you're insecure about yourself and trying to justify your attitude towards women. Mummy boy. Bitching. Gotta keep up. Arrogance. I did this. I do that. I'm so great. Aren't I the best? Man. I wish I could sleep with myself. Why aren't we boning yet? Childish behavior. Small lies for no reason. Being too cocky and egotistical. Smoking cigarettes. And lying about smoking cigarettes. Chewing like a horse. The same things that makes anyone unlikable or unattractive woman with light skin tone shrugging. Calling out sick from work payday weekend because they're hungover. Fucking child. Using slurs commonly in their speech. Telling me that my then best friend was his ideal type, then finding out they were gonna cheat on me. Luckily broke it off before that happened. Spelling mistakes. If you could stop describing me, that'd be nice. Patronizing. Nauseated face. Learned helplessness. Distressed face, vomiting. When they spit. Like. In public. No eye contact. Being a stan or tattletale, or sometimes being the kind of person that brags will all make you hated by not just girls, but guys too. Misspelling. Being soy. Typos in Reddit titles. When they try and tell me what I want to do with my life. Once I said I wanted to move to New York and he just looked at me and said no you don't, and then tried to explain why he knew everything about it and that I shouldn't go. Being creepy. Invasive and or demeaning after finding out he isn't getting sex nudes. I'm a sex repulsed ace and it's terrifying just how common this attitude is. I'll make you like it. You just haven't been with the right guy. Why are you such a prude? Etc. Littering. Treating service workers poorly. Being entitled and only talking about himself. Cutting off others in conversation. We all do it sometimes. But if you do it more than once in our first conversation, I'm all set with that. Cocky attitude. In a way, I can't really blame them. Our culture, especially my country, America, really encourages this sort of thing. But I hate it. Can't stand it. Won't tolerate it for 1 second. I'd much rather a guy be a bit shy or a lot. Source. Dated lots of guys when I was younger lol. Bad hygiene. You'd be surprised how many men don't know how to properly clean themselves. Teeth. Flexing brands. I have a good friend, but he's all about the drip and brands. But when someone's that materialistic, it's such a turn off. Great guy. Has helped me a lot. I just wish he found his value in more meaningful things.